Imagine a place with over 17,000 islands, each with its unique charm. Welcome to Indonesia, the largest archipelago in the world. A transcontinental country primarily located in Southeast Asia, it's a tapestry of vibrant cultures, languages, and landscapes that can take your breath away. Indonesia is not just about the numbers, though they are indeed staggering. With 17,000 islands recorded to date, 922 of which are inhabited, it's a realm of endless exploration. But it's not just the islands that make Indonesia remarkable. It's the people. An estimated population of 270 million people call this archipelago home, making it the fourth most populous country in the world. These people are as diverse as the islands they inhabit. They belong to more than 1,300 ethnic groups and speak over 700 languages. Yes, you heard it right, over 700 languages. It's a melting pot of cultures and traditions that have evolved over centuries, creating a uniquely Indonesian identity. The capital of this republic is Jakarta, a bustling metropolis that serves as the country's beating heart. But change is on the horizon. From 2024, the capital is set to be transferred to a new city named Nusantara, located on the island of Borneo. But Indonesia's splendor isn't just about its people or its islands. The country sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, making it a hotspot for volcanic activity. While this might sound threatening, it's actually a blessing in disguise. The volcanic soil is incredibly fertile, allowing agriculture to flourish. This bounty sustains the dense populations on islands like Java and Bali, feeding millions with its rich produce. Indonesia truly is a country of wonders, but what's more fascinating is the climate and biodiversity it houses. But that's a story for another time. For now, let's appreciate the archipelago of wonders that is Indonesia. Let's dive into the climate of Indonesia, a tropical paradise with a twist. Imagine a place where the sun shines all year round, where the rhythm of life is dictated by the alternating wet and dry seasons. That's Indonesia for you. It's a country that straddles the equator, giving it a climate that's as diverse as its people. The climate here is either tropical, with distinct wet and dry seasons, or equatorial, where temperature and rainfall show no notable variation, keeping it humid throughout the year. This constant humidity, often around 80%, is a defining character of this tropical haven. The average annual precipitation at low altitudes fluctuates between 1,780 to 3,175 millimeters, making this land fertile and lush, a true tropical paradise. But it's not just about the lowlands. Let's take a moment to appreciate the mountainous regions of Indonesia. These elevated areas experience even more rainfall, with some regions receiving up to 6,100 millimeters annually. These regions are particularly found along the coasts of West Sumatra, West Java, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, and Papua. And they are very, very wet. The average temperature here doesn't vary much throughout the year. For instance, the daily temperature in Jakarta, the bustling capital, ranges between a comfortable 26 and 30 degrees Celsius. It's like a perpetual summer here, where the sun is always shining and the breezes are warm and inviting. But here's the twist in this tropical tale. Indonesia, with its vast coastline and numerous islands, is among the countries most at risk from the effects of global warming. The rising sea levels pose a significant threat to this tropical paradise. But that's a story for another scene. This tropical paradise, however, faces severe threats due to global warming. The lush greenery, the warm sunshine, the rhythmic rainfall, all these elements that make Indonesia a tropical paradise are in peril. But that doesn't mean all hope is lost. As we will see in the next scene, there are measures being taken to mitigate these threats and preserve the natural beauty of Indonesia. Global warming is not a distant threat for Indonesia, it is a harsh reality. As the world grapples with the escalating crisis of climate change, Indonesia finds itself on the front line. This magnificent archipelago, with its sprawling islands and diverse ecosystems, stands to be the country most affected by flooding caused by global warming. The reason? Its unique geography. Being a low-lying tropical country, Indonesia is particularly susceptible to the rising sea levels brought about by the melting of polar ice caps. Now let's consider some sobering figures. The Asian Development Bank has made some stark predictions about the future of this archipelagic nation. According to their estimates, by the year 2050, 42 million homes in Indonesia will be flooded. That's more than the entire population of Canada and the islands that will be submerged. A staggering 2,000. That's a number hard to comprehend, but it's a reality we must face. This calamity is not a mere prediction for the distant future. The process is already underway. Many Indonesians are being forced into exile, uprooted from their homes, their livelihood, and their heritage. The rising ocean levels are not waiting for us to take action. They are already claiming land and lives. But it's not just about the human toll. This environmental catastrophe also threatens the rich biodiversity that Indonesia is home to. The flooding of islands and coastal areas will cause the loss of unique habitats and the extinction of countless species. Yet despite these grim projections and the challenges they present, Indonesia remains a rich hub of biodiversity. It's a melting pot of Asian and Australasian species, a treasure trove of flora and fauna that we cannot afford to lose. Our actions today will shape the future of this remarkable country. The threat of global warming is real and immediate, but it's not too late to change the course. As we move forward, let's remember the stakes and work together to protect and preserve the incredible natural wealth that is Indonesia. Despite these challenges, Indonesia remains a rich hub of biodiversity. Indonesia is not just an archipelago, it's a melting pot of thousands of species. But it's not just the quantity that's impressive, it's the diversity. This nation is regarded as the world's second biodiversity zone, a title that speaks volumes about its ecological richness. Imagine a place where Asian and Australasian species mingle and thrive, where the fauna and flora of each island are as unique as the islands themselves. That's Indonesia for you. The Sunda continental plate islands, including Sumatra, Java, Borneo and Bali, were once connected to Asia and hence boast a rich Asian fauna. Large species such as tigers, rhinos, orangutans, elephants and leopards were once abundant here. Forests, those grand cathedrals of nature, blanket approximately 60% of the country, providing shelter and sustenance to a myriad of creatures. In Sumatra and Kalimantan, the dominant species are Asian. However, human habitation and agriculture have replaced much of the forests on smaller or more densely populated islands like Java. But variety is the spice of life in Indonesia. Sulawesi, Nusa Tenggara, and the Moluccas, which have been separated from the continents for a longer time, have developed their own unique flora and fauna. Papua, a former part of Australia, is home to unique species that are closely related to those in Australia, including over 600 species of birds. Indonesia's level of endemism is second only to Australia. Take this for instance. 26% of 1,531 bird species, or 39% of 515 mammal species are endemic to Indonesia. Add to this the 50,000 kilometers of tropical sea coastline and you begin to get a sense of the country's breathtaking biodiversity. Indonesia's biodiversity is a treasure, one that must be preserved and protected. It's a testament to the power of nature, a reminder of the intricate web of life that sustains us all. It's a legacy we've inherited and one we must pass on to future generations. In the face of global warming, preserving Indonesia's biodiversity is a call we cannot ignore. Indonesia is a treasure trove of biodiversity, second only to Australia in terms of endemism. Imagine this. 26% of its 1,531 bird species are found nowhere else on Earth. Similarly, 39% of its 515 mammal species are unique to this region. The country's 50,000 kilometers of tropical sea coastline also contribute to this rich tapestry of life. This stunning transcontinental country is home to 47 large, distinct natural ecosystems. These areas, brimming with life, house approximately 17% of the planet's species. It is estimated that 11% of the world's flowering plants, 12% of mammals, and a whopping 37% of fish species find their home here. The ecosystems are as diverse as they are plentiful, ranging from coastal landscapes like beaches, dunes, and estuaries, to mangroves, coral reefs, and mudflats. The biodiversity of Indonesia is a testament to the wonders of evolution and the richness of life on Earth. But this incredible biodiversity is under threat. Global warming and climate change pose significant challenges to these unique ecosystems and the species they harbor. Rising temperatures and sea levels, as well as the increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, are affecting the very fabric of these natural environments. The preservation of Indonesia's biodiversity is not merely a matter of conserving beautiful landscapes for future generations. It's about maintaining the ecological balance that supports our planet's health and ultimately our survival. Each species plays a unique role in its ecosystem, and the loss of even a single one can have far-reaching impacts. Our actions today will determine the future of this biodiversity hotspot. It's up to us to reduce our carbon footprint, protect natural habitats, and support conservation efforts. Every step we take towards a greener, more sustainable world helps safeguard the rich biodiversity of Indonesia. Indonesia, with its climate, biodiversity, and challenges, is a testament to nature's resilience and diversity. It's a call to action for us all to play our part in its preservation.